All right, I got this two-page letter from the Department of Justice, Federal Bureau of Prisons, Beaumont, Texas. It was written on September the 3rd. They are replying to a letter I wrote to them about Congressman Steve Stockman from Texas, who has been unjustly targeted by the satanic FBI and the satanic Department of Justice and the Bureau of Prisons. So anyway, we will read their letter back to me. Rudy Davis related Stephen Stockman, number 23502-479. Dear Mr. Davis, this is in response to your correspondence addressed to J. Baltazar, South Central Regional Director, received August the 17th, 2020, regarding inmate Stephen Stockman. Inmate Stockman is currently confined at the Federal Correctional Complex, FCC Satellite Prison Camp, in Beaumont, Texas. In your letter, you are expressing concern that inmate Stockman is not receiving adequate medication and has not been released to home confinement due to COVID-19. In response to your request, the Bureau of Prisons is utilizing the full scope of its various authorities to ensure that inmates at heightened risk of complications from COVID-19 are identified and housed safely and appropriately given their specific needs and circumstances. This includes modified institution operations, routine staff and inmate medical screening, use of the Home Confinement Authority where appropriate based on guidance from the Attorney General, and use of compassionate release for appropriate inmates who have existing terminal and debilitated medical conditions or who are elderly and nearing the end of their sentence, as provided for in the current agency policy. The CARES Act authorizes the Attorney General to expand the cohort of inmates who can be considered for home confinement upon his findings of emergency conditions which are materially affecting the function of the BOP. On April the 3rd, 2020, the Attorney General made that finding and authorized the director of the BOP to immediately maximize appropriate transfers to home confinement of all appropriate inmates held at FCI Oakdale, FCI Danbury, FCI Elton, and other similarly situated BOP facilities where COVID-19 is materially affecting operations. Pursuant to the Attorney General's direction, the BOP will continue to monitor the situation at all of its facilities, to include FCC Beaumont, and will take swift action to exercise its expanded home confinement authority for any inmate who is found to be at risk of COVID-19 and suitable for home confinement. Your request for inmate Stockman was forwarded to the appropriate institution staff for review in accordance with agency procedures. I trust this response adequately addresses your concerns. Sincerely, F.J. Garrido, the warden. Well, there you go. You have the same letter that I just read. I will scan a copy of this and I'll send it to Steve Stockman's wife so she has a copy of it as well.